Yeah, I mean, stuff's been pretty crazy lately, Chloe. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, everyone's talking about the silver supply, but what about the palladium supply and the platinum supply? I haven't got any dust left.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I think oh, okay. Shit, the stream started. Hey
Oh, oh,
everybody. Hi, it's
is
Cass
this
here.
stream?
Uh, we have a special stream today. I know, crazy, because every stream is special. I'm here with my friend Chloe, the unicorn.
Hello, I am a unicorn.
That's true. That's true. That's very true.
That's why I said it.
Yeah, and today we're doing something a bit different. I'm not playing a game today. There's no video game happening. You've been fooled. There's no gaming.
It was a ruse,
There's
a
no
trickery.
gaming. Yeah. Yeah, you got. Instead, instead what we're doing is we're looking back at a game I already played. Cult classic, heartbreaker of the genre of movie crossover tie-in adventure party games, Barnyard 2006.
That is in
Yeah.
fact a video game you have played.
Yeah, first game on the stream. I've been wanting to do a video like this for a little bit. Finally found the time and the unicorn to do it. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so we're. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Gosh, we got a few things lined up here today. There's a tier list. There's a tier list later on as well. Everybody loves tier lists. It's a very fun tier list. Very dynamic. You won't expect what's happening. Not even I can.
I
Not
am
even I
a
really know what's going on with it. But it's
I
gonna
am
be
a fan
good.
of moving shapes.
Yeah. Uh, and also just a general retrospective on the game. Now, excuse the stream layout here for a second, but like I said, it's not gaming, so there's no gameplay footage. Instead, we have the picture of Barnyard 2006, slightly blurred like all memories are, in front of us. It's the best way to
Yeah,
reminisce
I
and
mean,
remember.
this is just how life is.
Yeah. So as a reminder for anyone who isn't familiar with cult classic party adventure game Barnyard 2006, it's it's a video game. First game on the channel. It's you play as a cow, a talking cow, to other animals, not to each other. I mean, to humans and stuff and other people, just
I
to the
think it's great
animals.
when art I think it's great when art reflects reality like that. I mean, I've been
Yeah.
on so many great talking cows.
Came out on PC. It came out on GameCube. It came out on PlayStation 2. Probably came out on Xbox, but we don't talk about Xbox. It's a single player game, which is odd for party games. Uh, it was made by, I think the developer was Blue Tongue Entertainment, some Australian studio that I think was in the Nickelodeon show movie to video game minds, sent there by THQ. And
That's really interesting. What year did this game come out in?
2006. A
That's
little,
great.
yeah, it's not the oldest game I've played, but it's also not the ugliest. X-Men Legends. Ugh. Hmm.
An
Yeah,
interesting historical fact about this game.
yeah,
Uh, I actually, um, I actually knew Cass before they played it.
that's true. That is true.
Yeah,
They're very parasocial, chat.
yeah.
uh, yeah, yeah. So the main thing about Barnyard, you're walking around as a cow. In our experience, it was Cass Cow because the cow is named Cass, but importantly, isn't Cass. The cow just shared a name. Okay,
I mean,
very
sometimes
important.
life is just like that.
Yeah,
You know, I looked it up, and apparently Chloe is the most popular name in Australia for both boys and girls.
really. What about
Yeah,
unicorns?
I mean, those aren't recorded statistics.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. You walk around, you do favors. It's an adaptation of the movie, and very importantly, if we wanted to be particular about it, it did come out before the movie, about like a week or so. So if you played the game fast as a kid, you would already know what happens in the movie before it hit theaters.
Crazy.
Yeah, I
But which
know.
one started development first? Which one was based on which one?
I don't think we have the details for that. But just based
Hmm.
on release date, the movie is clearly an adaptation of the game.
Right.
Yeah. Now, I will say, in my experience, my memory of the movie, it did have better storytelling than the game, but you couldn't play pool with a dog or
I
banish cannibalistic demon urges from a ferret.
I don't think there's bike racing in it either.
Yeah, I don't think there is bike racing in the movie. I think.
Is
I
there
think they
golf?
there. I think there is some golf. There is some golf, but it's not as heinous or diabolic as it is in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust those gophers. But yeah,
Okay, okay.
it was a pretty good game. Pretty good. Pretty good. Lots of party games. Lots of party games, and oh god, I'm sorry for yawning, everybody.
It's all right. Someone has to do it for us.
Somebody does. And the most memorable part about the game, of course, is all the characters and their designs. They're very particular, detailed, bipedal animal designs. Such
I
as,
mean,
oh,
I'm not
yeah,
bipedal myself, but it's a thing one can do.
but it's not a thing bovines tend to do, Chloe. Or horses, or sheep, or goats, or dogs, or ferrets. But it is something that chickens do, so they're fine. Honestly, they're good. Do gophers do it?
Yeah.
I guess gophers are bipedal-ish.
I mean, yeah, you could stop them if they really wanted.
I don't think anyone could stop them. But the main visual takeaway of the game and the movie's art design is that every cow, I mean every cow, regardless of gender, they all have very visible udders that can squirt milk.
Um, I think there
Ex-
isn't there the exception in Ben, I believe? Is it
mm,
Ben?
Not Ben. You're thinking of Bill, the bouncer.
Right.
I believe his name is Bill. Doing a quick fact check, chat.
I will be honest, it is a little bit hard to tell all the different cows from each other.
Yeah,
There's just so many of them.
really. I mean, I guess there's a few. You got the
There's at
Jersey
least
cows.
3,
Yeah, there are at least three.
and they all have udders except for 1.
Yeah, it's hold on, I'm getting a bit more visual assistance here for part of the stream we're getting to in just a second. You know, I think I'm gonna
That's
swap views here. We're gonna swap over to the whiteboard here. We're gonna be able to see some of the lovable characters of Barnyard 2006
it is a very
playing.
cow-centric story, I guess.
Yeah, let me there we go, chat. Should be able to see it now. Everyone, pour one out for Microsoft Whiteboard. It was there when no other whiteboard app was there for us. Thank you, John
Okay,
Microsoft.
yeah, I'm seeing some cows on the
So
screen.
so let's just get it. Let's get it. We got some names here. This is we got Cass Cow.
That's right.
We got Miss Hannah. I don't remember how you spell it. I think it's two N's.
I believe that's correct.
We got the Jersey cows, the best cows, some of the best cows, of course. And I don't remember the old mule's name.
Miles?
Miles. There we go. Thank you, Chloe. These are just a few of the wonderful characters of Barnyard 2006.
That's true. There's also, a pig.
There is a pig. Don't worry. Let's grab the pig picture. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Mhm.
Oh, pig. What is? Here we go. This is a good view of pig. Okay. 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 Here we go. Here's pig.
That's true, that is pig.
Just pig, as he is sure to inform everyone every time he speaks.
That is a little bit odd how he just goes by the name Pig. I mean,
I think he's a
I
bit of a
wouldn't go
freak.
by the name Unicorn.
Yeah, because there are other pigs, like little guys, on the barn. They're not given any names,
Mhm.
though. I don't think they really care about Cass Cow. They're just there to leap in mud and listen to their large pig father or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's also, I think there's sheep, there's horses, there's goats,
Yeah, there's all kinds of animals at the barnyard.
other chickens as well. Oh, there's a dog.
There is a dog. There is a dog, in fact. There's also a ferret, Freddy the ferret.
That's right. He was such a
He's
character.
yeah, he's a fella who's trying his best to be a non-flesh devouring monster, which is admirable. Which is admirable in my humble opinion.
It says a lot about the nature of nature, how some people are born certain ways, and how they
Hmm.
can change or not change themselves in relation to their environment and people
Hmm.
around them.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like, for
For sure.
example, I've never consumed flesh.
I
I've
would
never
hope
felt the
not.
desire.
Hmm. Yeah,
Some
me
would say
neither.
that makes me a morally immaculate being,
Yeah, I think many people would say it.
but other people would say that by virtue of
I don't remember this
Freddy
bastard's name.
rising above his nature and rejecting it to, approach a better lifestyle, he is more immaculate because of the effort expended
It's like
and the
in Skyrim with the
difficulties
dragon.
expended.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So, would you say that Freddy is more immaculate than me?
that's a difficult question, Chloe. I would say
Or
no
if not
because
at this moment, would he be eventually more immaculate? If he reached his goals.
I would say no because he's not real.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this isn't based on a true story. Unlike Half-Life.
Oh. Oh, well, that's great then.
Yeah. So you're by far the most immaculate in this comparison by the nature of Freddy being a character.
Okay, but, sometimes they become real. Remember that time with the book?
We're not talking about that.
Mm.
No, not right now.
Oh,
That can
and,
be for another day.
here's another character, Root. Are you sure you
Yeah,
spelled that correctly?
I did look it up. Yeah, because I couldn't remember his name. He's Root. He doesn't have much of a personality in the game. He's the rooster, if you can tell by his pompadour-looking feather cut. He's
Oh.
the local business owner on the barnyard, and I
What
think
does he business?
the night barn, the party club for the party animals.
Oh, right, so he's like a gang boss.
Yeah, you kind of. Yeah, you actually have to buy every single thing for him though for the barn. So I'm not
It
really
is a
sure
very
what he
strange
does.
world.
I think he manages. I don't know. I don't know. I felt a bit exploited by the end, especially when he was making us make and then serve milkshakes.
That was a little odd. I mean, in the context of the story, it does seem like, the Cass Cow is the single most important person in the barnyard,
By
both the
far. By
the the
far.
imagined location and the video game.
By far. Yeah. Okay, I can just grab and move them around like this. That's good. We'll keep the birds together here for a second. Oh no. Microsoft Whiteboard, don't do this to me. There we go. Miss Hannah can
Yeah.
go down
So,
here.
are these all the main characters? Are we missing any?
We're getting some more. Don't worry. Don't worry. I was grabbing them as they came up dynamically. No need to
Um,
force artificialness here.
oh, yeah, there's also the owner of the farm, I guess, the farmer,
The farmer,
the
yeah, he is a
barnyarder.
vegetarian. He's just the farmer, as
Uh-huh.
far as we know.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy, like a
Hmm.
human type guy,
He
not
is
a
a human.
talking
I believe
animal
he is a
man.
phenotype. I mean, honestly, though, humans are just walking, talking animals, aren't they?
Yeah, most of them are. Though apparently at some points, pigs can do weird stuff and pretend to be farmers. I don't know.
They do that occasionally. I mean, from what I've seen, the pig has a similar phenotype to farmer-based children. Uh,
That does raise questions. I mean, okay, if it's not based on reality, which I'll trust you on, I'll trust you that it's not the case. But if it's not based on reality, in the story, that there's implications.
There are implications. Do you want to build on
I mean,
those?
good stories are built on implications. But I don't know. Why is he just called Pig?
Maybe he thinks he's the only pig that matters.
Uh, does he seem like that kind of person? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
We also
Maybe
have
this will get explored in the sequel. Is there a sequel? There's
sadly,
usually a
so
sequel.
there's no game sequel, but there's a show sequel of Barnyard called Back to the Barnyard.
Did they leave the barnyard?
No, it's meant like the viewers are back at the barnyard.
Oh. Oh, it's meta, like with you
Like me?
when you do things.
Oh, like I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm a meta sometimes. We also
Hmm.
have Pip here. He's the short mouse fellow who is Otis's best
Yes, he's
friend.
very small and hard to see on the screen.
Yeah, I had to scale him up here because he's a pretty sure his name's a play on words, like Pipsqueak, you know?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's also the brown gopher creature.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. That one might be Joey. I think I'm just gonna collectivize the gophers into one entity here.
Why
Gophers.
not? It is narratively convenient.
They operate completely they have the same agenda at all moments. So in
Hmm,
functional
hmm.
terms, they are the same creature.
Are we missing any main
We're
characters
missing
from
all
the
the main
show?
characters
I mean, sorry, the game.
and the movie. Just one second. I'm trying to get a good.
Uh, Ben and Bill, I guess. Those seem
We're also missing
important.
Otis. We're grabbing him.
Oh yes, Otis. Who could forget Otis? Me, apparently.
He did keep on asking us to meet him at Dankweed Pond.
What did he mean by that?
I think he means the weed is dank at the pond.
Well, was it? I mean, you were the one playing it.
Not really.
Oh.
We have Otis over here.
I mean, Otis is a solid fellow.
He
I mean,
is.
who could say a bad thing about Otis? Not me.
So, sadly, because of the POV of the screenshot here, his udders are cut off. But you know, maybe it's.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
But they are there. You can see them a little bit
Right.
right here.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh, let's see who we're missing that chicken
Ben and
guy.
Bill?
Yeah, we're missing a few. Yeah. It's Ben.
Look, I've learnt the names Ben and Bill. I'm not going to forget them now.
Yeah. Here we go. We got Ben. Ben POV captured. Boom. Ben. So this is Otis's
So do you
father.
think,
This is dad.
right, adopted father or like blood father?
Don't actually know. There's no mother mentioned, so maybe she died in Otis' conception. Or I mean, maybe they were just bought. Maybe he was bought as a little cow and adopted by Ben. Because the
Hmm,
farmer
hmm.
does buy animals, so he's
That is
complicit.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
I guess
really.
that's why he gets so many like uddered cows. He just wants the milk production, maybe?
Yeah, it says a lot of. It is upsetting
Is it?
because I don't believe animals work this way.
Well, it is apparently a video game.
That's true. That's true.
So maybe it's different for them. Maybe
No,
they do work that way.
I think I've got another theory
Uh,
that we're getting to, but
uh-huh, uh-huh.
this right here is the dog. He has a name. His
Is
name's
it
Duke.
a Duke?
It is Duke.
Ah,
You're right
oh,
on the
good
money.
work, Chloe.
Yeah, good job. Good job. The
I do
Harlem.
like the picture of him.
Yes, it's
He
him. I believe you just wake him up on the porch after squirting on him. Creamy Queen hours. Which it should be remember
Uh,
everybody. Cass the cow is the cream queen of the barnyard, animal champion, party animal. And she does have a
that
pair of
is true.
sunglasses, but they were too sick ass for this board here. They would make her look completely unstoppable compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
She's just a
Okay.
humble
Yeah. Yeah.
bovine.
Oh yeah. Don't forget the farmer if you're getting more
He
pictures.
doesn't go on this list.
Oh really?
I don't think he deserves it.
Okay. Okay. Are there any other creatures that might live outside the barnyard that worth mentioning?
There's the raccoons. We can talk about the raccoons
Yeah.
briefly.
Yeah.
Raccoons,
And
they're
coyotes.
the coyotes. Yeah,
Coyotes.
coyote. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. They're kind of like dogs. Do you know what a dog is?
Yes, we have those in my place
Your
that I
place.
am in.
Yeah. Where is your place, Chloe?
Oh, I'm in Australia.
That's crazy. That's a pretty far away
That's
place.
that's why I have to yell so loudly so you can hear me.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't work that way because of microphones, but yeah, I
I'm
think.
not using a microphone though.
Oh, you're not?
No?
Really?
No? No? I mean,
So, do you
I've
have a.
got this mouse. See?
Yeah.
See my mouse?
Yeah, I
It's
see
a
it.
Logitech.
Yeah, I see it.
I use
Is
it
it.
for, playing video games.
It's not plugged into anything, though?
No? I mean, I don't have anywhere to plug it
Do
into.
you have a
I
computer?
mean, it's got a funny little thing on the end, but nothing fits it.
Nothing fit. Do you have a computer?
No?
Really? Okay. That's crazy. Everyone's got their own ways of interacting with the internet. And I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the magic of science.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find a. Oh,
Anyway, I'll
here we
put my
go.
mouse away now so I don't break it.
Yeah. You have to be careful with those things.
Mhm, mhm. Exactly, exactly.
So we got a picture of two more cows coming our way here. These ones
More
are.
cows. See, this is really a cow-based story.
It is. It is. I don't
Have you
remember
seen,
her name.
Toy Story?
I have seen it. Yeah. It's a
It's
horrifying
like
story.
that, but with cows.
Yeah. You remember this cow's name, Chloe?
I do not. Is it Daisy or
It
something?
was Daisy. It was Daisy.
She looks like a daisy.
She's got like the ribbon for it.
Mhm, mhm.
I think she's
That's how you know she is an available bachelorette,
Mhm. Mhm.
according to my understanding, at least.
Mhm. 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 Now, something interesting about the movie to the game. So Daisy here,
Okay.
Daisy is pregnant when she's gotten here.
Mhm.
And I
The farmer
believe
has acquired a gravid cow.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and she and Otis eventually develop a relationship. We help
That's
Otis
right.
out in the game. Um and Otis is the dad that steps up. Now it's not
Mhm.
specified in the game what the calf is named, but I believe from the movie they name him Ben
Right,
in
right.
honor of the late Ben torn apart by coyotes. Spoilers.
So sad.
It is. It is. They didn't really do him justice in the animation in game. Uh, just standing outside of the chicken coop, falling down. In the
Mhm.
movie, he's like in the junkyard beating dozens of coyotes to death on top of a
Yeah,
hill.
yeah.
Actually, he might be on Ben's hill or in the junkyard. I can't remember which. But he's stomping. He's cracking coyotes. Like he's bending and breaking them. Uh,
I mean, I don't normally advocate for violence, but if it's really cool like that, then,
yeah.
it's good.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah.
Is this the last cow?
No, we've got more cows.
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of cows. So I didn't. There was another thing with Daisy I wanted to talk a bit more about here. Um, First, as I'm talking about, I'm gonna add her bestie, better than the restie, Bessie.
Mhm, mhm.
This one she's staring directly at the camera.
I hate it when they do that.
So Daisy,
They're looking at you.
Daisy disappears in between the movie and the show. And interestingly enough,
Daisy disappears.
yes, they replace her with a very similar looking cow with long blonde hair and a more southern accent,
Uh-huh.
named Abby, who then Otis becomes Otis's love interest. But at some point,
Uh-huh.
Daisy and her calf, I guess, just fucking die or leave. I don't
Oh,
know. The wiki
no.
calls her Otis's ex-wife, and the little baby is never mentioned again.
Oh, why?
But Bessie is also there. I don't know. The show's kind of in an insane pocket universe, and it's
Oh, I'm
it's
familiar with those. I'm
yeah
very familiar with Insane Pocket Universes.
yeah. So let's just go over. We got Cass. We got oh, we're
Can't see it,
missing.
but I'm rubbing my hooves together at that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I'm happy for you. So why can't we see
It
that?
just that the camera isn't good enough to capture it.
So there's a camera. Okay.
I
Oh,
mean,
here we
yes, that's
go.
how you're seeing me.
Well, I thought just because like yeah. Okay. We have Peck here.
Oh,
He's the other rooster of the
it's a
barnyard.
chicken.
Yep. Yep. I think every chick is not his child. I believe every chick is Root's child.
That really says a lot about society.
And there's like 11 or so of the chicks and like dozens of eggs, and there's like at least like 8 women other roosters that aren't mentioned here without not roosters, hens without names.
That
They
says so
play
much about
cards a lot.
society.
Yeah. uh it really does. Him and Freddy are best
Sorry.
friends, so we're gonna put them next to each other.
I
uh
don't know why I find this funny. It's terribly, unsettling when you think about it.
it's okay, maybe he doesn't want to have bird sex, so that's fine. I think
Yeah,
Miss Hannah
yeah.
was interested in Cascow by the end of the game anyway.
I mean, she's a very lovely lady.
She is
You're
a
right to
very
respect
lovely
her.
lady. Yeah, I mean, just look at her. Look at her.
I mean, I'm good friends with many, ground fowl in my
Mm-hmm.
area.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Yeah, we don't really have ground fowl over here. We just have like birds that fly around.
Mhm, mhm. I
I
mean, have
have,
you seen quails? They're very cool.
you know, I haven't, but I'll take your word for it.
Mhm. I should show you a picture of a quail someday.
Yeah, that'd be
Not today,
nice.
though.
Not
Not on the
today.
stream.
There are a few other human characters, but we're not mentioning them here. They're not barnyard boys with an I at the end, you know?
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay,
Honestly,
so
I think
this
we've
is
got all of the
main
barnyard
characters.
animals here. We don't have the little baby chick that has eyeballs and a name, but that's fine. Children aren't
I
included here.
mean,
They're practically
babies
non-sapient.
don't really have character until they're older than that.
Yeah. That's true. Oh, I forgot. There's Everett the dog.
Oh, how could we forget Everett?
Yeah, he just turned 13.
You know, reminding me of Everett like that reminds me of my favorite ongoing newspaper comic strip,
Yeah,
Everett True.
tell us about it.
I mean, it's fantastic. It's about this human man.
So he's not
He's
a
an older
dog.
fellow. Yes, it is about a human man. It's not like Marmaduke or Garfield.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Everett True. He's this old fellow, very round fellow. He's basically a circle.
Oh, is that angry
And he
guy?
has, I mean, he has adventures in which he gets angry at times.
Okay. I've,
But
I,
yes,
I think I've seen him on the Bird app before.
yeah, he has adventures. He he's very good at punching people in the face with
That's
his
good.
large hands.
That's good. That's what they're for, I
He's
think.
very particular about his stance of supporting American involvement in the Great War. He's
Mm-hmm.
very particular about that. He is a patriot, an American patriot. He wants the
Okay.
boys to go fight overseas,
He really wants
and
us. He really wanted them to fight the Germans.
he really does not like Germans
Honestly,
or
I can get it.
malingerers. I learned lots of interesting words from that cartoon, and it's my favorite part of the day seeing it in the newspaper.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah,
You think
and
Everett
there's
likes
also an
Everett?
Everett in this game.
Yeah. Do you think Everett likes Everett?
I I I don't think they get along. They seem very
Okay.
different.
Yeah. I mean,
I know Barnyard is all about different people coming together to be friends, but I don't think it would work in this case.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna regroup the animals a little bit here to sort them by friend social group. So we're gonna grab the boys and group them over here real quick. So that's gonna be Peck, Freddy, Otis, Pig, and Pip. Because they're the guys, they're the fellas.
The boys.
Yeah, the boys. And then we have a yeah, okay, Pip, you go next to Otis because you're his guy first of all.
They are a team.
Yeah, yeah. Then we got Ben and Bill over here as like we're gonna have the older fellas of the barnyard up here.
Hmm. They know what's up.
The Gophers go in the corner because we don't trust them.
They are their own thing. That's
They I
true.
they I think they have economically enslaved the barnyard with all their Gopher coins, but only Ben really understood that. And
The rest of
Ben's
the
dead,
barnyard
baby.
do seem to
Ben's
have a
dead.
fairly live and let live understanding of reality. Like they just do whatever works.
They do. They do. They're very chill. Cascal is a rogue element, so we're gonna move them up here as well for now.
Okay, okay. And the
Mm,
girlies are their own little clique.
yeah, yeah, but they're over here just because they're tangentially related to Otis. You know, the birds are over here. Root and Miss Hannah.
Hmm. Very institutional. They are an institution
Yeah, we got
within
the
an
Jersey cows
institution.
right here. Now we're gonna move Cass
The
down.
Jersey cows are kind of the transient power force that connects all the other forces in a way.
Kind of, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna put
I get the
Cass right in the middle because
feeling.
she's actually the heart of the barnyard.
Mhm. I get the feeling the Jersey cows, if there was like a gray market or a black market, the Jersey cows would be part of that inside the barnyard, while the gophers are the external aspect of it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna leave them
Just a feeling. I don't. Maybe this gets explored in the Return to the Barnyard show.
back to the barnyard. Yeah, it could be. It
Yes.
could be. This is how we're gonna have it operate down here for now. They're gonna be down here. They mostly interact with these fellas, and then Cass is the heart of the barnyard, so she gets to be bigger.
I mean, she's the main character of the
She
show.
is the main. Oh, sadly, there is no Cass cow in the show or the movie.
Yeah, that's a sign that it's a lesser adaptation.
Yeah, yeah. Now the Jersey cows do have their own names, but they're kind of like a. They always operate as one element. But
Yeah, I
we'll.
mean, we don't need to know their names.
I mean, they are Eddie, Ig, and Bud, but I can never remember which one's Ig and which one's Bud.
They're just the Jersey cows. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. In the show, they don't actually really get any screen time. I know, right?
Okay,
We're
so
such.
now that we've now that we've got
Oh,
everyone
I
on the
should
screen,
mention
what are we
Otis
doing
is
with it?
also technically a Jersey cow.
Okay,
He,
okay.
he's
So
he's
move
he's one
that
of their
down a
honorary
little bit.
buds. He's one of them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yep, yep.
And Cass became an honorary Jersey cow at the end, but she's not one of the boys. She just hangs out occasionally.
Yeah, Cass is too centered to actually be part of the clique.
Yeah, yeah. Otis has that to a degree, but he still hangs out with them because
Hmm,
they
hmm.
they steal cars together. Yeah, so these are the main animals at the barnyard here. Oh, oh, you know who I forgot? You know who I forgot?
I don't.
The coyotes and the raccoons.
You did. I mean, we brought them up earlier, but you didn't do anything with them.
You're right, I didn't, but now I am.
Okay.
Oh God. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to get a good picture of the coyotes. They don't really appear that often in the actual experience of the Barnyard 2006. They're more of a background
Right. I
force.
mean, they are presented almost as not as a personal force in the sense of a personal organization, but more of a natural force that arrives
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
storm
They
or
are
an
locked in the
earthquake.
junkyard most of the time.
It says a lot about society.
It does. It does. Hold on,
And the
where
raccoons?
there are the raccoons. They're not treated as like dudes, notably.
I mean, They are on the picture of the video.
They are, but they've been not allowed to participate in the barnyard. Is what I meant.
They are excluded from the barnyard.
Yeah. So should we get a picture of one of the normal coyotes or Dag, the coyote lord?
Oh, I mean, go for the main one, the leader, the figurehead.
Mm-hmm.
See, you say this was, made by Australians, apparently?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I mean, dag is an Australian word.
Is it?
Yeah, it means, like, bad person.
Oh,
It's a sort of an untranslatable insult
okay. It's one of the
title
local
type thing.
local meanings. Yeah.
Mhm. So that makes me think that this game, made by the Australians, is what inspired the movie, because why would they have a American coyote with an Australian name otherwise?
That's a really good point.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, just change a few of the little bits and pieces here and there, and you'll have, instead of coyotes, you could have, dingoes.
Yeah, honestly, there there's nothing
Dag
really
the dingo? It
Dag the dingo.
rings, it
It does
rings.
work better. Do you think he was meant to be a dingo and then they remembered that like coyotes are what live in America?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a last minute change to me.
Yeah. Just trying to find a good picture of Dag out here. There's not a lot of he doesn't appear very often, so it's oh, here we go. I think I got some Dag cam. Where oh no, there's no Dag
Yeah, I
cam
mean,
here.
it makes sense, it makes sense. Um,
It does. Where the hell is
do you have,
Dag?
cattle grids in America?
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
Mhm, mhm. they're awful things, I hate them.
Are they things that like lock cows up? Is it like the cows that come
Yes,
max?
yes, so when you have a road that drives through a cow area,
Uh-huh.
you don't well, not you, but the
The general.
audience, wider
Yeah.
you. Yeah, everyone, but everyone except me and
Uh-huh.
you.
Yeah, yeah, because
When
we're
you don't
good.
want the cows to leave the cow area, but you also don't have a gate to lock them in with,
Mm-hmm.
you put a cattle grid across the road at the entrance,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a bunch of metal bars that the car can drive over or a person can walk over with their human feet and shoes.
Gotcha.
But if a cow were to try to cross it, the size of the bars wouldn't let them get a solid footing with their hoofs,
Oh, that's kind of messed up.
and so they'd feel unsteady and step off and stay inside.
Mm-hmm. It's the best
And,
picture. That's a horrible picture of him. I mean, I guess he is a
I mean, you
demonic
have to take what you can
coyote.
get.
This is gonna be Dag. We don't respect him enough to get a better picture. We could use his boss health bar picture. Let's see how that looks. Which one? What
But,
do you think?
I'd go for the first one.
Yeah. Dag can live in. He's an enemy of the Gophers, though, so I'm gonna put him up here. He's
Mhm.
okay. Yeah. So
And, yeah, cattle grids, they keep the cows in by making their hoofs feel uncomfortable, and it also works on unicorns. I've not found a way to cross a cattle grid yet.
that's really. They should make that illegal. We
I
should
mean,
like talk
I
to
don't I don't
like.
wanna, like
Should bring it up
I
to
don't want
like
to
higher ups.
cast aspersions and panic and exaggerate needlessly, but
Mm-hmm.
I believe this could be the first step towards unicorn enclosure.
You think they're trying to enclosure unicorns?
Yes, like me.
Like you, like directly?
I mean, not me personally, but I am a
How
unicorn.
how do you know they're not doing it personally?
Well, I don't think they know I'm here.
You do go to the store though, right? Like, what if somebody ratted you out?
I don't know, they're pretty cool there.
Okay,
They wouldn't do that.
that's where you get your graphics cards, right?
I mean, not the same store normally.
Okay, if you say so.
But yes, I don't like cattle grids. They're very anti-unicorn and also to an extent anti-cow.
Anti just hooves in general, it sounds like, which is kind of messed up. There's a lot of guys with
Yes.
hooves out there.
Although I have heard a cows do learn to cross them by being very clever in their cow manner.
Yeah.
Um so they realize their hooves don't work with this cattle grid.
Mm-hmm.
So what they do is they lie down next to it and they just roll across the grid.
They just roll.
They roll sideways across it and then they stand up again on the other side.
Oh, that's so cute. Hell yeah.
Yes.
That's I love that for them. Do you think you could do the same thing?
I don't think I could.
You think because it's this their bovine build and everything?
Yes, and my horn would get stuck in the grid.
Oh, that's right. They don't have to deal with horns most of the time.
My horn, it's on the opposite end to my hoofs,
Mm-hmm.
so there's no perfectly round surface for me to roll on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to find a good picture of the raccoons. They're very small. So you know what we're gonna do instead? Is we're actually just gonna use a representative of the raccoons instead as a picture.
Okay.
We're just gonna use this as the raccoons.
I mean, that is a picture of a raccoon. I don't see how it's not from the game or the show.
There's a small difference. There's a small difference.
Okay.
Rack attack. Then so that's everything here. Okay. So in conclusion, these are the characters of Barnyard 2006.
Okay.
All the important
We
ones
got them
here.
visually. I love charts and
It's a good
graphs and
game.
math.
By the end of the game, Ben is dead. Everett was sent to a cruise upstate, and
Uh-huh.
Dag is dead, along with numerous other
Dead?
coyotes.
Dead? Or
Dead in the med dead. I just don't think
it's
they go
pretty dead.
explicit about it in the game, but in the movie he is, I
Mhm.
believe, destroyed by Otis.
Mhm.
And the raccoons, who knows how many hundreds of them were slain by Cascow.
I mean, you prevent them from getting any food. That
Yeah,
implies that they
exactly.
will
Exactly.
die.
It's messed up.
But I guess that's what makes Cass a complex character. They
Yeah.
are newly arrived in this strange place where they know nothing about it.
They instantly get up with
And
the
when
program.
they yeah, I mean they make the contact with the locals, they ingratiate themselves, they get to work to support themselves and their friends.
Mm-hmm.
But the cost of that is getting involved in the less savory side of politics and
Mm-hmm.
such things. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this gets explored in like Far Cry and other games like that.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does.
I mean, how many Far Cry games are about the protagonist being utterly lost in a strange land and having to make way? I think that's
I
all of
think
them.
that is all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, did this precede Far Cry
At least some of them.
1?
Far Cry 1, I'm not sure when that came out. I'm gonna ask the computer real quick.
Let's see. Far Cry. Far Cry came out in 2004,
This Far Cry did come out beforehand.
and Far Cry 2 was 2008.
Okay, so and I'm gonna go
I
out
think
there
this
on a
could have been a
limb.
strong influence.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Far Cry 1 wasn't the most popular game, if I remember.
Uh-huh. I
And it
mean, no
was
one ever talks about it.
yeah. I also think it had like a completely unhinged story compared to the rest of the Far Cries, which is saying
I think
something.
it's about magic or something.
Yeah, I think there's like mad scientists and like monsters.
Mhm.
I don't think there are like yeah, yeah. So I mean, honestly, this game right here could be an inspiration for Ubisoft's later Far Cry games.
So instead of Far Cry likes, we should be saying Barnyard
Barnyard
likes?
likes, yeah, or Far Yards like, Cry
Mm,
Yards like. Nah, that doesn't roll off the tongue like Metroidvania does.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, Cass,
Barn
complex
cries,
character.
yeah,
I mean, you arrive on the farm, you're here to, I don't know, play funny games with Pig and make milkshakes
yeah.
and
The farmer never
dance in the
even
barnyard.
milks anyone. I think unless it's all off screen with all the other unnamed and numerous cows
Hmm.
who just
Yeah.
sleep in the field. Very interesting. You get a little bed hut. A lot of the other animals don't get that.
Hmm.
Yeah, most of the other
I assume they sleep in the barnyard.
They could. A lot of them sleep outside at night. There's like, a whole mini game
Hmm,
where you have to stop the hordes of feral suburban
that's true.
monster
That's true.
children from abusing them, along with coyotes also trying to abuse them.
See, this is what I mean. Cass arrives in the barnyard, innocent, let's
Yes.
say.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not innocent, but let's say with open eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready to
Yeah.
to live whatever life comes
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
And yeah, making
Mm-hmm.
milkshakes,
Mm-hmm.
collecting vegetables, dancing, bike riding,
Mm-hmm.
but then like uh, fighting raccoons, fighting coyotes,
Yeah.
fighting humans. Like this is insane.
Yeah,
We
you
just came here
actually
for a good time.
you do actually kidnap a human child with the Jersey cows and Otis. And I believe you traumatize the large lad for life. I think they just dance over him in the movie, but from what we can tell in the game, all they do is they start laughing and making weird noises as the kid screams, and then they run out.
Hmm. I
It's
mean,
very traumatizing as the
this
police
is
arrive.
this is a loss of innocence story comparable with, I don't know, Star Wars
It is
1, 2, and 3.
Lucasian in an aspect.
Yeah. I mean, look at Anakin. He was just a kid
Mm-hmm.
who
Mm-hmm.
liked racing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Honestly,
hey, look at Cass.
I gotta say, maybe
Bike riding,
I
race
think Otis
racing
might even
aficionado.
fit with that a little bit more, honestly, because
Hmm.
he's the most innocent at the beginning, right? He doesn't want any responsibility. He just wants to party all the time. But then like women arrive, woman cow, and also dad dead, and now he's like the head of the barnyard. And he's got Cass here as like a pillar to lean on to do everything for him. It's pretty complex here. It's pretty complex.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
the animals, they just want to party, but like the
You can't.
coyotes want to like murder and eat them all.
The peace has to be enforced with,
Yeah, I mean, as you can see from the
well,
screenshot, they
violence.
kidnapped a lot of the hens. Like they were
It's so
gonna
messed up.
ritually consume them in their dark dag arts. Like, look at these guys. He's like all bone. Like, I don't think they know. I don't think
Hmm.
these coyotes know how to hunt wild animals. They only exist to like pilfer the homesteads of the farmyard.
I mean, this is what enclosure does to animals.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe this is just a product of them being excluded in the first place, as well as the raccoons. Because like,
Hmm.
because Freddy is allowed in. Freddy's a guy,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, he's
ferrets
integrated. He's
ferrets
assimilated.
are like carnivorous animals most of the time. But Freddy, he's found another way.
He's an assimilationist.
To a degree, yeah. Hmm. That's a pretty hot take there.
I mean, the barnyard culture is pretty strong, and he wants to be part of it
He does. I mean,
to the
because it's his
extent of
friends.
changing everything about himself.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. But maybe he doesn't want that other part of him. Maybe he doesn't feel that that represents him. Like let's say you're Freddy, right? Close your metaphorically close your eyes, right?
I'm
And then
okay.
yeah, 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 yeah. And Freddy here, you're a ferret from outside the barnyard, and you become friends with a rooster from the barnyard.
Hmm.
But like you're a carnivore guy, right? You eat eggs and small animals. And
Yeah, I've heard of
but
it.
like
Yeah,
all your friends are now small animals.
yeah, like Pip,
Like Pip, like Peck, like all the eggs that
like Pig.
like Pig, just Pig he's the largest of the small animals, but he's still one of them. Wait,
Yeah,
chat, you're saying Freddy's not a ferret? He's a mongoose? Is this true?
what?
Throughout the whole game, I thought he was a ferret.
I mean, it alliterates. If it alliterates, how could it not be the case?
Oh my god, is he?
I don't get it. How does that work?
Oh, okay. Apparently, he's been referred to as both a mongoose and a ferret in different depictions.
But those are different creatures.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But either
I
way,
think he's a ferret.
we're
I
going
I
to
prefer the
he
alliteration. It's more poetic.
in our retrospective here, he's a ferret at this moment in time. Mongoose does make sense too, chat. They both make sense. But we're going with ferret
Freddy the
here.
mongoose.
Freddy the
Freddy the
mongoose.
mongoose does make sense.
I'm gonna be real. I forgot mongooses were even an animal.
I
Like
was
that
just
they
thinking
were.
of gooses the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Geese.
the thing is, like, mongooses don't like live in America. Is the thing.
He could be
He could be
introduced.
introduced. He could be
Like
introduced.
he was someone's pet.
Yeah.
And that's why he's already like domesticated, maybe?
Hmm.
Okay, this adds further complexity. I love this. We should
Yeah.
update the wiki.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, him being a it does add some more texture to his character. He had nothing else then. If he was a mongoose, he was introduced in some fashion. But either way, like, the point stands, all your buddies are like these guys over here, Everyone over here. But your like
Mm-hmm.
strongest driving urge is to eat the children of Miss Hannah and to consume the flesh of your best friend Peck.
It's so incredible.
But like
Yeah,
but
okay.
like Peck is his
Secret.
best friend. Like he wouldn't be who he is without him.
Absolutely. He's a secret champion of the story, I will say.
Yeah, yeah. And
Look, okay,
importantly,
he may not be as immaculate as me, but I respect the effort.
yeah, yeah. Now, the thing about Freddy, he does banish his demons in the game. He does win.
That's true.
Sure, there is a dream incursion from Cass the cow, but that might just be imagined by him inside the dreamscape. Maybe
I
he just
mean,
needed to think of Cass the cow to help him through it.
we both know that dreams are real.
Yeah, we
If
do.
you dream it, it becomes real
It's true. And it
in
did
some
become,
way.
and for Freddy, it did become real. He ended up not eating anyone.
The world is defined by actions, and
So,
actions are defined by thoughts.
exactly. So now we're going to move on to the second part of this retrospective here. We're going to start figuring out the most important part of the mysteries of the barnyard. Um, why so we know all the cows, they all have udders. So that there's multiple things that can imply here, right? They are in a different kind of reality. But that can't be true because it's very realistic. So we're not going with that.
I mean, these are some of the most realistic graphics I've ever seen.
Yeah, like look
I
at
mean,
Pig
I
here.
actually wanted to ask this earlier in the earlier part before we got into the character analysis. Wow, that's
Yeah, that's
incredible.
him. Just
Um,
Pig. Um
yeah, the graphics on this, it's pretty insane. How do you think this compares to, I guess, more recent video games like Halo Reach or Red Dead Redemption
well, those are both old games, but not as old as
or
this one.
Cyberpunk?
So I think this game does have an advantage over Cyberpunk because you can't be a cow in Cyberpunk,
It is true. That is
regardless
true.
of
That
the
is
year.
true. I might need to upgrade my graphics cards to
Yeah,
play this later.
but let's figure out this. Let's get back to the question here. They all have udders, and they all can cream and milk and squirt everywhere. There's a whole competition about it.
Yes,
Multiple
that it is a
competitions,
recurring thing that keeps happening constantly throughout the entire game, that everyone talks
and it
about
is established
constantly,
that
and
like
it's also
Cass the cow became the cream queen of the barnyard.
yes, and it's also in the deleted scenes where, a cow squirts milk directly on the camera, I believe.
Chat, we're always open for insights from chat. Don't never be afraid to hold your tongue in this particular situation. Uh, but my guess here is that all of these cows, they're all some form of. I think everything at the barnyard is some form of queer. It's the only answer that makes any kind of sense. I think
I
Otis.
mean,
I think
yeah,
Otis is a some sort of trans mask, trans man in general.
I
Ben
mean,
is he creams too.
art reflects reality,
Yeah,
and,
Jersey
like, the
cows.
majority of people in real life are queer, that I know.
Yeah, yeah, and
I mean, if you look on Wikipedia, who's on the front page? Probably a queer person.
probably I can't say right now. I mean, there's probably one of them. Yeah, I'm seeing pictures of things. Uh, uh, that is an interesting perspective, chat.
Very interesting. Very
Hmm.
scholastic.
Yeah, so
We're here
it
to do scholastic
made as a hit
research.
piece against biologists. Okay, okay, okay.
I mean, biologists, they are up to something. I
They
don't know
do
what they're up to, but they're up to
they do
something.
get up to things. Yeah, But I appreciate the insight, chat. But we're going to examine this from inside the media here. But that is important. That is
Mhm.
important information. Thank you. Thank you.
Are you familiar with multiverse theory?
Are you asking me or chat?
Uh, Whoever's listening.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm listening too. But I'm aware of the name. I'm aware of the concept of being aware of multiverse theory.
Yeah, I mean, even if this isn't an exact reflection of our reality, which I think it could be, but even if
Hmm.
it isn't, this could just be in a universe where, yes, everyone is like that.
They're just,
Hmm.
yeah, they're like that. I think there might be a mass amount of hormones in the water around the barnyard as well. Maybe put there
Is
by
the
the
farmer
farmer.
involved?
The farmer could be involved. The farmer could be involved. I mean, he does. Maybe this is some redeeming aspect of his character, or there was some kind of just. There's some kind of like hormonal leakage somewhere in the lakes and the rivers. It happens
I mean,
occasionally.
I'm just running some quick rough numbers here on
Uh
my
huh. Uh huh.
calculator app. Um, the cost of covering the entire region's water supply in uh, estradiol or a similar chemical compound would be pretty
I think
insane.
it'd be
I mean, I don't
mostly.
think the farmer
I
would be
think
able
it'd
to do it
mostly
all by
be
himself.
like estrogen. No, I'm not estrogen. I think it'd be mostly testosterone in this case. Maybe they have
Oh, I
maybe
mean,
they have
that's
another source.
hmm. Why do I think estradiol turned people into men? That's crazy. I'm sorry.
Chad, they might have turned the frogs gay. It's very possible. We didn't see any frogs, but presumably if they did exist in the waterways here, they would have been turned gay.
Uh-huh.
It's something that, yeah, we that it's not implied. It's implied by the fiction, but it isn't depicted by it. So we're gonna sort out here. We're gonna sort out. We're gonna make some educated guesses on where these people fall on the rainbow flag. So we're gonna start with the
Mhm.
heart of the barnyard here. Cass, the cow. Um,
Yes, Cass is the main character of the Barnyard
we do
series.
know yeah, yeah. Let's
Any
see.
logical place to start?
And reaction. Yeah, I'm just seeing what other tools I have available here. Inking. Yeah, we're gonna use
There's also a text tool if you want to just type things.
typing isn't it doesn't it gets in the way. So
Okay.
there's some kind of I believe Cass Cow is a lesbian of some variety.
Okay. What are we basing this on?
From the fiction is she kept on doing she was a big fan of Miss Hannah, Rooster Mother.
I mean, who isn't?
I mean, who some people aren't, but Cass certainly was. And if Daisy wasn't into Otis, who knows what would have happened?
That is true. There's a lot of interactions between Cass and Daisy, and frankly,
Like we
I
did,
wish
we
that had been explored.
yeah we could have stole there could have been drama there with delivering the flowers to her, but Cass is a good cow.
Cass is very forthright. Cass doesn't
Now,
really do intrigue or social engineering.
yeah, yeah, Cass is some
It
variety of
makes it makes
lesbian
Cass a
here.
good soldier, but a bad politician.
Exactly. The Gophers, um, I think they're platonic life partners.
Okay.
The two business partners here for tax reasons, and when it gets cold in the
Oh,
winter.
I get it. Yeah, 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 yeah. I get it.
It's the best way to orient it, chat. You say mob, you say barnyard, I say barnyard. It's like the same thing. It's like
I mean,
1984, I think.
I don't know how it's not a mob.
Like Dune. It's like Dune 1984. Um, yeah. So that
I
brings
love that
us.
movie.
It's a film, all right. Okay. So Gopher's platonic life partners. Now Miles, I think survived like the horrors of the 80s, the 90s, and every other decade before the
Oh my
2000s
god, in America?
in America. Yeah. So all the
Ooh, he
implications
would
that
have
has.
opinions about Mr. Raygun.
He would have a lot of opinions. He is an elder gay.
Uh-huh.
He's the pillar
Uh-huh.
of the community, and they all come to him for advice and wisdom and how to make it through troubling times.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, this makes perfect sense to me. I couldn't possibly argue against it.
Now Ben's not as old as Miles, but he still has some other opinions.
He is
Uh,
fatherly.
he is a dad, so we're gonna write that down. Very importantly, he is a dad, and he is also dead. So I'm gonna write that down as well.
I mean, you can't spell dead without dad.
That's very true. Now, Bill gives me the vibe. I think Bill is the Grungler.
Wow,
Like, I think he's the
that's
big guy
incredible.
Grungler. Yeah. He's here to help everybody out, and he doesn't get in the way.
I I love it. I mean, okay, one of my favorite things when I find a game,
Mm-hmm.
movie, TV show,
Mm-hmm.
musical, street art performance, whatever, I
Mm-hmm.
always love looking for the Grumbler.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's always
So,
one.
yeah. So, chat, for context, the Grungler is they're kind of like the forced diversity of the queer circle. They're,
Mhm,
they, they like opposite sexes, opposite genders, and they're pretty
mhm,
chill with what they were assigned with, what everyone told them they were from the beginning. So Bill is forced diversity, but like
mhm.
everybody
It's
likes
like when
him.
you
He's a cool guy.
mhm. It's like when you have, like 9 bisexuals in a group,
Yes, yeah,
and then you have 1 person who isn't bisexual.
yeah, yeah. That's the Grungler.
They're the 1 out of 10.
Now, Root. I mean, Root fucks. We all know that by definition. I believe Root and Miss Hannah are exes. So we're gonna write that
Okay.
right here. I think he cares more about running the barnyard. I don't know how you actually spell
He
X's. So I'm just gonna EXEs. I
Yep,
don't
you got
know.
it.
Yeah, they're X's. Uh
Yeah, he's devoted to his work more than anything.
yeah, and I think Miss
He
Hannah
believes in the barnyard.
yeah, he does. He does. His we'll get back. Yeah, he believes in the barnyard and he believes in his job. Um what do you think's a good word for this, Chloe?
Married work married?
Married to his job.
That's a
Mm,
lot of letters, though.
it's okay. We have at least 26.
Hmm. I don't know what a capo is. Is that like a chapo? This is just chat,
I believe
sorry.
it's fine. Don't worry. Yeah, it's a mob term, I think.
Okay.
He
I've
might have
never been
connections
part
to
of a
the
mob.
and listen, he is connected to the Gophers. I'm just saying. So chat might
He
be
is an
onto something.
intermediary. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, he is
like
an old hand. He knows how
there
everything
is a
works.
connection between
Okay.
these two. Uh Miss
Yeah,
Hannah
yeah, yeah.
I think Miss Hannah is bi curious.
Okay, okay. A little bit,
Is there a
um
dash for it for bi curious? There is
I
now.
think there can be if you want to be.
Bi curious. And also importantly, a mother.
She is a devoted mother.
She is a devoted mother, and that's what makes her an amazing woman.
I think, both streamers and chats can all believe that mothers are great and they should be respected.
I think that's an opinion that can generally unify everybody. Now, Everett, I think Everett, I'm not sure about Everett. He's really old. He might share elder gay position with Miles, but honestly, I think Everett is the elder Grungler.
Okay, okay,
He himself was
okay.
not
I didn't see
part
this coming.
of the community, but he was always there for them.
Yeah, okay. Do you think he was friends with Miles and during the bad
Absolutely.
times?
Absolutely. I think him and Miles go way back.
Mhm, they're a team.
Yeah, yeah, they're bros. Now,
I
Duke is a
love
bit of a
Duke's
mystery.
picture.
Yeah, it's a
I
great
love Duke's
picture.
picture so much.
Yeah. He's man's best friend.
I mean, I've known so many dogs that look just like that.
Yeah. They do look at you like that. This is the two kinds of dog. They look either exactly like this or they look like this. You know he plays pool.
Uh.
Uh, said now Duke is a dog, so I'm just gonna I think he's a dog. So dog.
Okay.
We
No
can
further
come back to this.
affiliations?
I don't think he has enough brain cells.
Okay.
He's dog and he's man's best friend.
Okay, so he's on the farmer's side.
Yeah.
he maybe came in with the farmer,
He's attached to
as the
the
farmer's
farmer. Yeah.
he's the farmer's man, the
Yeah.
farmer's capo, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. He keeps an eye on
But he
everything.
he does love the barnyard.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He has dual loyalties.
Mm-hmm. Now, that brings us to the more protagonists of the story over here. So, Bessie over
Mhm,
here.
mhm.
I'm not sure about Bessie. She doesn't give us much of
I
her
think she's a
character.
fellow traveler.
You think she's a fellow traveler? Do
I think she is.
you have any, like, what's the energy?
I don't know, just she's always watching. She's always measuring what everyone else is doing. She's going with the flow. She's not making too many waves. I think it's calculated. I think it's calculated. She's,
She
trying
does
to set
stand by
Daisy up.
Daisy. Like, she's actually quite wary of Otis.
Hmm.
I mean, hmm, hmm. Yeah, yeah, we'll
Okay,
come
so you
back to
think I fell for her I
I
fell
think you
for
did.
her, veneer?
I think you did fall for it. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So she's
It's
actually a
okay.
manipulator.
A little bit, a little bit. I mean, she knows what she's doing. Yeah, she doesn't
Okay,
spread.
okay,
It's like what Chat's saying. She knows everything, but she doesn't spread the gossip. She
okay.
keeps it with her and the girl.
That's the good friend right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we're going to make this clear. BFFs. BFF, you know. We'll come back to
Mhm,
that. So, Otis is straight. He is he's a straight guy.
mhm, mhm.
He I'm thinking of how to word this. Straight, he's a straight self-made man.
Okay. He's iconic. He's a paragon.
He really is. He figures himself out.
Yeah, put paragon in.
I will.
And yeah, he has character development and stuff.
He is a little bit chat, but like he doesn't want responsibility at first. What am I? That's not how you spell that. But he is the cow that steps up. He is
Yeah.
the he by definition he's the cow that steps up for Daisy's child that she gives birth to. Like he is
Mhm,
the
mhm.
stepdad, the adopted father,
I mean, it is the decent thing to do.
and he's a decent fella. Uh, Now Pip I think is the next generation Grungler.
Okay, okay.
He's
You
the
got 3 generations.
yes, the young Grungler is what I will call him. Because every little friend group, almost every friend group has one of these. Pip should
I mean,
frighten you,
he's very
chat. He's a real
small.
guy. He knows what he's doing. Look at him.
Very small.
Yeah. Now,
I don't know how I feel about that.
Pig is just Pig. Just Pig. He is a slop sexual.
Oh my gosh. Just say that.
He wears it with pride, and you can tell from his face.
For the chat, could you elaborate for those who don't know?
Yeah. So Pig is he's a big fella, and he's Pig, just Pig, right? And he loves making slop. He'll eat slop. He'll eat whatever. He will eat whatever. He'll take anything. Okay? He will take anything. Okay? And I mean anything. Uh in fact, like half the time when you make food, he just goes like, delicious. Uh Even when it's slop, he'll gobble it up. Yeah, exactly, chat. Exactly. You get it. You get it. He doesn't care. He's Pig. He's just Pig. He's loving life. He's taking everything he can get. And he couldn't ask for more. But he keeps on asking for more, and he keeps getting more. So the Jersey cows, though, we'll get to them. We'll save Peck and
Uh-huh.
Freddy till after after the Jersey cows. We're making a quick diversion to the Jersey cows here. These guys are a group organism.
Oh, oh my. I mean, I've met a few of those, mostly fungi.
Yeah, these guys are fun guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they are towards. Yeah. How do I phrase this? They are they have an odd system here. Is what I like. Like you seeing Eddie's eyes right here? Like you know like they've all got the earring going on. You know they know
I mean,
what's
this is
going
making me
on.
feel like a bit of a voyeur watching this at this
Yeah.
point.
Listen, they're in a public place. Uh, they
Ah,
uh towards let's see. Okay. How do I erase?
I mean, people have been talking about kink at barnyard recently.
Yeah, they have been talking about that.
Mm, I didn't stare at that sort of thing.
Outsiders. Okay, I'm making a little category thing here. Insiders.
I've just been thinking about Duke this whole time. What a delightful hound.
He is.
I feel like I could
Outsiders.
trust Duke.
I don't think he has enough brain cells to betray you.
Hmm.
Insiders. Let's see. This is where okay, yeah.
Okay, where are you going with this? I'm curious. I'm curious.
And this is so their policy here is outside towards outsiders of the Jersey cow organism. They're straight
Mm-hmm.
fellows, right? Now you may be
Okay.
thinking there's
Okay.
there's words for this cast, but this is a very particular thing. Okay, I don't think they use labels. These guys they don't use labels. Okay, they're just they
Okay.
live life as they do. But for insiders, it's boys hours. You know, boys rule, boys club, right?
Okay.
In fact I'm gonna change it to the boys club right here just to be more clear. You know,
Okay.
like
Okay.
they might. Who knows what they get up to with each other, right? Who knows what they get up to pig? Like,
Oh,
yeah, like
Fancy cunt. Come on. That's speculation.
I'm just saying, like I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I'm just saying. Uh, yeah, but that's the Jersey cows. They don't use labels. Now we're almost done here, and we got to wrap back down to Daisy and Bessie. Peck, chat was right. Peck is a twink. The
That
close,
was a pretty good guess.
yeah,
Or
he
maybe it
is.
was academically studied.
Yeah. No, chat, you were on the money there. Twink. And you know, I think Peck. I don't think Peck is actually straight. I think he's compet.
Oh,
He just
wow.
doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Wow.
He's compet. At least that's my judgment. He might figure himself out more later. Freddy,
Wow.
Freddy is hungry.
He is. He's hungry for eggs or similar. He's hungry for love and acceptance.
And he's hungry for Peck.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. He is he is starving. I'm losing my ability to write.
Oh.
Like if you thought he's like 8 stages past yearning, Chloe.
Oh.
Like
Wow.
he wants to
I hadn't even
devour
considered this.
Peck. He might even be
Is
he
this,
might even be hungry.
oh my, oh wow. So this is like yaoi or something? Is that what they call it in America?
They don't they do say it in America, yeah, but it actually comes from Japan.
Oh.
Yeah. 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 And I'm just going to like towards Peck and also like, you know, he's got a lot of issues going on, you know, but like it's mostly towards Peck. You know, that's how it manifests, you know. He's dealing with two issues at the one time. Let's not like try to conflate conflate them.
Yeah, they have their own little story within the barnyard that's separate from the
Yeah,
others.
this is part of his fighting off his carnivorous demons.
Mhm.
And you know, it does affect the way he perceives Peck.
I
And that's
mean, when he Peck is naked,
he is naked.
even by the standards of most animals.
Yeah, I think Daisy is confidently and stoically bisexual.
Ooh, okay, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that explains things, yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, Cascow could have slid in there.
Actually, I think she's pansexual. I don't think she cares. Kind of like Rapunzel.
Oh,
Similar vibes with that one there. I wrote that
yeah.
word really small. I need to write those bigger.
Yeah, when I saw that movie about Rapunzel, she did have a
Yeah,
pan.
she did have a pan, and I've seen the show. Is all I'm gonna say. Now, Bessie likes to keep people guessing. She's a
Okay,
she's a
okay.
private she's
She's
private about it.
mysterious.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm coming around on Bessie. I was against her at
she's
the
a,
start of this
I mean
show.
she's a real friend towards Daisy, unless we count the show, which in that case she just ditches Daisy for some random Southern girl because Daisy's gone.
Oh,
But we're not counting that.
I mean that's a
Uh,
different world, I guess.
I mean, honestly, I think Bessie. I don't. It might even be. She keeps it private. It's none of our business. She doesn't want people knowing. She doesn't keep it. She doesn't say anything. So who knows? Who knows?
She is the stone around which the river flows.
Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna rewrite the. I'm gonna rewrite the word here to make it a bit bigger. Like everyone else, they're living their life to a degree. We know we get vibes. Bessie, she's just living her life. Now, that leaves us with the raccoons and Dag. Um, Dag is evil. He's evil gender.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay.
Just as a
Anti-sex.
Yeah, I think he might be he might be an incel to some degree.
Okay. Being excluded from the barnyard. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because his definition of relationships involves eating people,
Ah,
and nobody wants that.
it's so messed up.
Yeah, like literally eating people instead of like the way Freddy's got it going on, which is also kind of literal, but there's some Freddy's fighting his demons and he's winning.
He's
But
trying.
Dag
Yeah.
is his demons, okay? Dag is
Hmm.
nothing but his own inner demons.
And it should be mentioned, being a coyote or a dingo or an
Mhm.
incel even
Mhm.
doesn't make you evil.
Yeah, these are these these are set. There is a period here. There is a period. I mean,
Yeah.
they do kind of connect at times, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what you are assigned at birth,
Mhm.
dingo, whatever,
Coyote,
incel,
yeah,
whatever,
assigned Dag at
it
birth.
doesn't define you. You can change it.
I don't think Dag wants to. Is the thing. He just wants to hurt people, and that's what makes him. That's what makes him evil
Yeah.
gender.
It's the choices that define you.
Yeah, and the raccoons. The raccoons are a
And Jack makes
mysterious
bad
creature.
choices.
He does make very bad choices. Now the raccoons are a fellow excluded from the
I think
barnyard.
Otis kills him.
Otis does kill Dag. Yeah, in the
I
movie.
mean,
I think we help him in the game. We just.
I was talking about Far Cry, but there's another game that I think was influenced by this.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen or played or heard of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance?
I have. I have.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the ending battle with Dag very similar to the battle with Senator Armstrong in that one.
I can see it. I can see similar
It's about love
qualities.
versus hate.
Yeah,
It's in like
yeah,
a giant pile of scrap metal.
it is.
I mean, I think Otis like rips Dag's heart out at the end and crushes it or something. I don't know.
If not
I think
literally,
it's
then metaphorically.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it was at least a reference. Like the creators of Revengeance were like winking at the camera when they did it. Like,
I
yeah,
mean, how
you
could
know
you
what it's
not?
all
This is a
about.
classic,
You know
Barnyard
what it's about. You know
2006.
what it's about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
got to pay your homages to the classics.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. It's
I mean, I'll
they
sing it
did
the whole
innovate
time.
on it though by giving Raiden like a katana.
Yes,
Otis didn't have
which
one
I
of
believe is
those.
also from Japan, which,
Yes.
as you said, is where they invented yaoi.
Yeah, that is where yaoi comes from. In fact, I'm gonna put. I mean, I don't, Freddy's got some yaoi going on here. And now for the raccoons. This is a complicated
I mean,
subject.
they are also hungry, like
They
Freddy.
are hungry.
And
Hungry
yeah,
gender.
Cass Cow gets dragged into the raccoon war against the raccoons through sheer chance.
Yeah,
She could have
yeah.
been assigned to the raccoon farm or whatever where they live.
They're hungry and excluded.
The raccoon yard.
hmm I think that's just called the
She could have
wilderness.
been. She could have been the one, like, squirting goats or cows or something to steal their food.
It's in another timeline, another world. In another world, this
Yeah,
could have been like the destroyer of the barnyard.
yeah. I mean, it's very
See, look,
existential.
look
It's
how
like,
much
who
this
are
changes
you?
things.
It's like, who are you ultimately at the end?
Like, look, now she's evil.
You're not who you are born as, it's who
Mm-hmm.
you choose to be. But
Mm-hmm.
who you choose to be is heavily influenced by those around you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
by the world you live in,
Mm-hmm.
by the choices you have to make that you feel that you're forced to make.
Yeah.
And
And by the
yeah,
barnyard you're assigned to.
Cass Cow got put into the world where you have to beat up raccoons.
Assigned barn at birth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of assigned raccoons at birth.
Yeah. So what do you
Now,
think the raccoons have going on?
um, I think they're sick nasty.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
I think in every definition.
Mm.
It's part of being excluded, you know?
They're inherently rebellious.
Yeah, they're sick nasty. They're hungry,
They're
excluded,
not
and
even
sick
choosing
nasty.
it necessarily, but they are
No.
being told
But
that
it's
they
all
are
they have
rebellious.
now. Yeah.
Mhm.
They might even
That's
appropriate at the terms at this point, this kind of life.
I mean, someday they'll get that watermelon.
They will. And the pumpkins and the carrots. Maybe even
The
the eggs.
cabbages.
Maybe even the eggs. Yeah, so I think this solidifies it here. I think we figured it out.
Okay.
We got Ben, who's a dad and is dead.
Yeah.
Uh
So what can we draw from all this now that we've, laid it all out academically?
I
What does
think
it
we
mean?
can draw from this that the farmer has some kind of latent gaydar that he doesn't understand. And that applies to the animals he purchases and brings to his barnyard.
Okay, okay.
And that there's a
And
lot of self-made family, found family at this barnyard here, because very
mhm,
few of them are
mhm.
at all like related by blood. Maybe Ben and Otis are. I'm not sure on the lore there. They do look a bit similar, so they could be biological like family, but it doesn't really matter that much, because Otis is the dad that stepped up towards Daisy. You know, like towards Daisy's kid that she has,
Mhm, mhm.
and like look at the Jersey cows. They found family with each other, and it works for them. Like they're loving life.
I get the feeling that they are mm, I get the feeling that they're kind of amoral though. Like they're very
They do.
selfish
They are selfish. They
in
are
their group.
selfish. They are, but at the same time, they're like, sometimes you have to be a little selfish about life, don't you?
I guess, but at what cost?
Well, I mean, they haven't really driven anyone away, have they?
I mean, not necessarily about driving people around, but just hurting them, who's gonna suffer at their expense for their happiness?
Well, I think, yeah. I mean, they do steal cars and such, and they do bully the human children. But as we've seen, the
Oh,
human
yeah.
children are evil creatures from hell,
That is true in both, media and reality.
evil and intimidating cow.
Yeah. Great artwork in this game. Wonder
Yeah,
who the artist was.
yeah. I mean, there are credits. We could check later. Uh, yeah. So I think that's the Barnyard 2006. Everybody.
Yeah, I guess any final thoughts? I mean, it's a game. It
Oh, there are a few
it
final thoughts
represents
too.
it represents all sorts of people. It's great for the whole family. It has
Yeah,
a surprisingly dark through line about violence and the nature of togetherness.
it does. It does. It does. It's a real story.
Yeah.
I think anyone can relate to Barnyard. Like Everett, and like at the end, Everett for being a minor character, he's still really old, but everyone loves and respects him.
I mean,
Like
he's
they
kind
go,
of like the pivot point for everything.
he is, yeah. Like his birthday celebration is the time when the coyotes try to inflict their violence upon the community here.
Yeah, I mean, that implies so much about
They're
the
trying to
setting.
ruin his last happy moments to fill
Yeah,
their own dark
like
urges.
the coyotes, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Uh,
It takes the force of nature into a personal intellectual space. And
yeah.
you're like, "Oh no.
And it
Oh
takes Ben
no.
with him.
It's over."
Ben wasn't. It wasn't his time. He wasn't
In a
done yet.
way, the end of in a way, Everett's birthday was
Mm-hmm.
the end of the world
Yep.
and the start of a new one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it was up to everyone else to figure out what that was.
Yeah, and
They decided that
honestly,
world couldn't have coyotes in it.
that's a look, I don't have anything against coyotes, but maybe these particular coyotes, the world would be better without them.
Do you think DAG's actually an acronym for dangerous antagonistic guy?
I hadn't considered it, but I think it could be true.
Yeah. Just something to keep in mind. Like, there's a lot of layers to this. Yeah.
Really makes you think.
Yeah. I think we're good here. I think that's final
Yeah.
thoughts.
I think we've analyzed everything there is to analyze.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up for the future generations to follow us in this
Yeah.
analysis, I
Yep.
guess, at this point. And there's apparently no Barnyard 2.
There is no barnyard too.
That's so sad.
Yeah. It is. It is. Uh, let's see. I'm saving this whiteboard so we don't lose it. And
That's great.
yeah, yeah.